Then what you have to do in this case is, you have, as I told you, you have to provide the complete information. Okay, so complete information in this case is, let us say I'm putting a line here. So first line that will provide here, the first thing is, what is the shape of the channel? Okay, what is the shape of the channel? Whether that is a rectangular channel, trapezoidal channel, rounded corner channels, and there may be other channels here. So I am putting here, let us say the four part of this one, let us say this is 25 kilometer. Okay, this one is, let us say 50 kilometer, right? So now what happens that maybe in this part you have the rectangular channel, so you have to write here a rectangular channel. Okay, and let us say in the other parts you have the trapezoidal channel, so you have to write here the trapezoidal channel. Okay, in the remaining part. Then there may be the another parameter here is, what is the bed width? Bed width of the channel, right? So here, let us say up to this you have the bed width. In this case is, let us say you have 20 meter. Here the bed width up to this, let us say you have a 18 meter. Here the bed width you have a 15 meter. Okay, then coming to what is the full supply depth? Okay, so you can provide here the full supply depth. Okay, let us say here full supply depth is 2 meter. Is 2 meter. Here this is 1.8 meter. Okay, here let us say this is 1.5 meter, right? Then what is the side slope? What is the side slope? Okay, so in the side slope, of course, for the rectangular channel you have 0. Here I mean, and in this case let us say you have 1 vertical, 1.5 horizontal. Okay, here let us say 1 vertical, 1.5 horizontal. Okay, what is the bed slope? What is the bed slope of this? So let us say up to this you have 0.25 meter per kilometer, and in this case you have 0.2 meter per kilometer. In this way, the other informations that are being provided, that one we are saying as a L section, right? So if you have the L section of a canal, you can get all the information, right? So that one I had discussed with you in the previous lecture in the last slide. Okay, so if you have any question, please let me know. Any question, please? I am not getting you.
Sir, I have a question from previous class.
Okay. Now we'll discuss the design of the line canals. Again, I want to tell you, as far as the design methodology is concerned, that one we have already discussed, right? Means that you have the discharge is known, you can fix the dimension of the canal, right? And irrigation canals which are lined in general, that is of the rounded corners, right? And that may carry the clear water, that may carry the sedimented water, and both the components we have discussed. Here we have to discuss some other salient points or the features of the lined canals. So you can see here, this is the one canal that I have shown here. So this is a you see triangular rounded canal. Okay, triangular, rounded, okay, cement concrete lined canal. Here in the bottom you have the silting, here you have the silting, and that's why due to the silting, of course, the rounded corners that is not visible here. Okay. Now, this is the canal CLC. This is the carrier line channel of the Haryana. Okay, and you can see how they are constructing this canal. In particular, how they are paving the surface and providing the rounded corners. So you can see here this rounded corners, how they are providing these rounded corners. So you see here the paver that is being provided, a suitable paver that is being first fabricated and then that is being used for the laying the concrete. So I will show you some more photograph, but one thing that you can see here critically, I don't know whether you can see here a pipe. Is it visible to you? A small PVC pipe. This is a PVC pipe which is coming up from the bottom. आपको दिखाई दे रहा है?
Yes, sir.
Yes. Now I will tell you about this, what PVC pipe is. Okay, for what purpose this PVC pipe that is being, you see, put here, right? We'll discuss that. Now you can see here the construction part again of the lining of the CLC, carrier line channel of the Haryana, right? And this is the paver that is moving, and here is a concreting that is being done, okay? And how beautifully they are constructing this canal. Actually, they are constructing this canal into two parts. The whole cross section that is divided into two parts. Half portion you can see here. First, they are constructing the half portion. Then they will construct the another half portion. Okay, and in between that there would be a construction joint, right? So this is a concrete lining. This is a concrete lining. In situ concrete lining. Okay. There may be concrete blocks also for the lining purpose. Now, what happens that in the canals, right? There may be, of course, the breezes will be there, okay? And once we are putting the bridge, right? In that case, there is always a intention there, okay, to reduce the width of the canal, right? Okay, so that the length of the bridge that will be less and that will be economical. But in that case, what you have to do is you have to provide the transition, right? I mean the transition in the upstream and transition in the downstream. So you can see here the transition that is being provided here. At this location, this is a trapezoidal, I mean this is a sloping surface, and at this location, this is vertical. So in between this, of course, this transition that is being provided. Here the wall, this wall that is being warped. The warping of the wall that is being done here. This wall that is being warped. And it is really very difficult for the mason to construct this, right? And then in the downstream also there would be expansion. So here in the upstream there will be contraction, in the downstream there will be expansion, and such transitions are being provided. These transitions are being provided so that you can reduce the loss. Okay, so you have to reduce the loss with the provision of this transition. So virtually this is for the controlling or you see minimizing the loss. Now you can see here, okay, right, this much paving that is not being done here. May I know why? Any idea? Any idea about this? यहाँ पे कोई आपको लाइनिंग नहीं की गई है. Why so? See, in this canal, ladders are not being provided. So what is being done is, at the suitable interval, the steps are being provided, which is not constructed here. The steps are being provided so that if the bottom and all this canal that is to be inspected, okay, then one can go through this step, okay, on the bed of the canal can inspect it, okay. So in general, that is being provided near to the bridges. So have you got it? Now this one you can say the warp wall of the parallel Ganga canal. This is the parallel Ganga canal. This parallel Ganga canal, this is of taking from the Narora barrage. This is of taking from the Narora barrage, from the place Narora. Okay, the two canals are of taking from this Ganga river. One is the parallel Ganga canal, and second one is the lower Ganga canal. That is so called the LGC, right? And from where the upper Ganga canal is of taking? I told from the Narora, the two canals that are of taking, one is the lower Ganga canal, second one is the parallel Ganga canal. My question is, from where this upper Ganga canal that is of taking from the Ganga river? I'm not getting response from you. You know your response that is recorded, and your CWS marks that will be provided accordingly.
So can you please repeat the question?
I said from the Narora. Narora, you know, Narora is in the downstream of the Haridwar, okay, and that one you can say near to the Meerut, okay, or further downstream of the Meerut, and from there the two canals that are of taking. Okay, let me explain on a blank page. See, just 1 minute. This one is a Ganga river, right? Here is a place, Narora. Is in Narora, right? Narora barrage is there, and from there the two canals that are of taking. One is the lower Ganga canal, LGC, and second one is the PGC, parallel Ganga canal, right? My question is, from this Ganga river, from where this upper Ganga canal is of taking?
Sir, Bhimgora barrage.
Gola barrage.
Bhimgora.
Bhimgora barrage, yes. Bhimgora barrage, that is at the Haridwar. May I know your name, please?
Sir, Aniruddha Das.
Anil?
Aniruddha Das.
Okay. Yes, it is the right answer. Okay. So from the Haridwar, that is the Bhimgora barrage, this upper Ganga canal, that is of taking, and that is passing through the Roorkee, right? So you should know about this canal system, right? That is passing through the Roorkee. So you can see here in this parallel Ganga canal also, right? Here this warp wall that is being provided, okay, and the steps are being provided here. So you can see here the steps. Now, may I know why this opening is being provided here? If you can answer, okay, you will get 2 marks in your CWS. Would you see this figure? Here in this figure, you can say this is the place that is not, this is space that is not filled up with the concrete. Okay, this is having water.
So maybe there are silting, so for that silting.
No, it's not for silting. Not for silting.
Sir, surface drainage. Surface runoff.
No surface drainage. Now you can get some idea from here also. This is a well type of the things. This is a well type of the things on the top. You can see here. Let me move the pen again. This one you can see. Let me explain. See what happens that if you see the structure that we'll discuss once we discuss the canal structures. Say the river is like this. River is going like this, right? And we are putting a barrage here. We are putting a barrage here, right? So in this barrage, if you are taking, let us say, a canal from this side, if you are taking a canal from this side, right? Okay. So in this barrage, we have mainly the two part. One part, this one is a divide wall. I explained that one in the next lecture, but I want to explain about that. You see the that component. Okay. So here is a divide wall that is being provided. This portion is the undersluice portion of the barrage, and the crest of this one is kept lower than, this is the weir proper. This is the weir proper, right? And the flow is coming like this, right? Now this is a canal which is off taking from this, and here is a gate. Here is a gate that is being provided. Here the gate is being provided. फैसल है क्या? फैसल है? अच्छा एक मिनट बैठिए, मैं कर रहा हूँ. हाँ फैसल. अच्छा इधर आ जाओ, ऑफिस में आ जाओ. नहीं अभी कॉपी करके दे दो. नहीं वो सारी चीजें मैंने उसमें कॉपी किया हूँ, उसमें से कॉपी करके दे देगा, तो मेरे सिस्टम से कॉपी करने की जरूरत है. वो कंफ्यूजन हुआ. आई थॉट कि टुडे इज ए फ्राइडे एंड आई क्लास इज 4 to 5. ओके, एनीहाउ फ्रेंड्स, लेट मी स्टार्ट. ओके, so here the gate that is being provided, and this gate that is regulating the flow in the canal. I mean, whatever the water that is coming in the river, a part of that one that is diverted in the canal, right? So you have to provide here a gate. Now I will draw this section. I will draw this section. This is the section XX. So what you have here is, you have here a concrete structure, then you have a crest, and then you have the concrete structure like this. The gate is placed here. The gate is being placed here, right? And you have the water level here, water level in the upstream, right? And you have the water level in the downstream. Downstream means here, okay? And I think you might have gone through in the channel hydraulics and even in the fluid mechanics. This is the difference of the head, right? Delta H, okay? Now this gate, once this gate that will be lifted, okay? Let me rub this part and draw this. This gate is having this much opening, right? This is the opening A. And you know that if you have, let us say, this is the head of the water, this is the head of the water here, the discharge through this, okay, this discharge that will be in general written as CD. CD is the discharge coefficient, A is the area, and under root 2GH, okay. But this CD, okay, this may be represented as a function of delta H, or what is being done is, this may be written as, in place of H, we can write here delta H. उसमें sediment modeling का एक फाइल है, वो इसमें कॉपी कर. Now you can see here the discharge which is going in this canal. This discharge is a function of the water level in the downstream and water level in the upstream, right? Now the question arises is how the water level in the downstream that is being measured and how the water level in the upstream that is being measured, okay? Once the water that is going in this canal that is having highly turbulent water, okay? So in that case, what is being done is a well that is being excavated here, okay, and this is linked with the flow, right? So here in the well, you will get the stagnant water, and very easily you can measure the water level. So that is a measuring well, right, to get this water level. It is clear now? So this is a measuring well. So this measuring well is for the measurement of the water level. This is the measuring well, right? So now have you understood? ये
Yes.
आपको वाटर लेवल के लिए, वाटर लेवल मेजरमेंट के लिए है। क्योंकि
Yes, sir.
अगर यहाँ पे अगर आप वाटर लेवल मेजर करते हैं तो बहुत हाईली टर्बुलेंस फ्लो होती है, सरफेस जो है हाईली अंडुलेटिंग होता है, और यहाँ पे आप एक्यूरेट मेजर नहीं कर पाएंगे। एंड दैट्स व्हाई दिस मेजरिंग वेल दैट इज बीइंग कंस्ट्रक्टेड and that is joined with the main flow, right? And in that case, you see here the water that will be stagnant and you can easily measure that. Okay, now it is clear?
Yes, sir.
Okay, just 1 minute. Okay, मैं आपसे बात कर लूंगा. Okay. Now come to the function of the lining, because there is some theoretical aspect that we have to talk about. What actually lining means, I think I had explained to you, but let me explain here. Let us say we are constructing a canal here. Okay, this one is the earthen canal. Then what we are doing here is we are putting a lining. Okay, a line surface here, a line surface that is being provided. Let me use the other color. Okay, this line that is being done, this is in general is impervious. Okay, so this is the lining, this is the lining that we are providing. This lining in general, this is impervious, but it is not, you see, all time that is impervious. Okay, because we have the boulder lining. Okay, and the boulder lining is pervious. Okay, right? So but in this case, the once we are putting a lining, the what are the functions? Why we are putting the lining here? Because by putting the lining, we are inviting the another problem. Okay, I will tell you what is the problem that we are inviting by putting this lining, right? But you see, let's talk about the some general function of this lining, why we are putting the lining. Or once we are putting the lining, then what we are controlling, like the seepage control. Okay, because if this is, let us say, impervious lining that we are doing, impervious, in that case, impervious lining if you are doing, then the water that will not seep through this. Of course, that there is always some seepage, because the whatever the lining that we are providing, that lining is not 100% waterproof. Even though the concrete lining that we are doing, after some times there is some cracks in the lining. Okay, and also at the construction joints there is a, you see, the loss of the water, I mean the seepage of the water. But since the surface we are lining with the impervious material, okay, your seepage control will be there. And in general, in those cases where the water, okay, that is very costly, I mean that is very important, and we have to you see, control the losses. Okay, in that case the lining is must. Like the Haryana is almost in all the canal, they are going for from the unlined canal to the lined canal. They are doing a lot of the lining. Okay, prevention of the water logging, because once the seepage losses you can minimize, once you can minimize the seepage loss, right, then the water logging problem that will reduce. Increase the hydraulic efficiency. See, let us take this one from the Manning coefficient, right? If you have a earthen channel, in that case the Manning coefficient that will be of the order of 0.02, let us say. Okay, but if you are putting a concrete surface, your Manning coefficient that reduced to 0.16, right? And just you write the Manning equation, q is equal to 1 by n r to the power 2 by 3 s to the power 1 by 2 and the area. So you can see here this n is indirectly proportional to the discharge, or the discharge is indirectly proportional to n. Okay, and is having a direct relationship, right? Okay, so now decreasing the value of the n from 0.02 to 0.16, this means that you are increasing the discharge by a factor of 0.02 by 0.016, and that's why that is an increased hydraulic efficiency, right? Now, in this way, because now your section is efficient, okay, and if you are passing the same discharge, in that case, the section that will be less compared to your unlined channel, okay. So there is a reduction in this cross-sectional area once you are lining the surface, right? Increase resistance to the erosion and the abrasion, of course, with the flowing water, okay. This line material that will pose more resistance, okay, compared to the unlined, right? Okay, once you have line, your operation and the maintenance cost that will be less, right? So if you have any question out of this, please let me know. Usme, please let me know if you have any. I'm not getting your voice, please. Means that you don't have any question. Then come to the next slide. This is again a general things that I want to discuss with you. The requirement of the lining. Of course, you have to see the economy of that. I mean, while selecting the lining, type of the lining, that one you have to check, okay. I mean, what are the materials that are available there? Which one will be the best lining, right? Okay. Then from the structural stability, you have to check, right? The strength and durability, which one will be the more durable and the having the more strength. Now, this is a very important part is the repair work, okay, right? I think you have to choose a lining where you can do easily the repair work, okay, and you can do easily the maintenance work. Maximum hydraulic efficiency, if you go with the boulder pitching, I mean the boulder lining, in that case, the manning coefficient that will be higher, and you will not get, you see, your desired level of the hydraulic efficiency of that channel, okay, right? Impermeability. If let us say your intention is to reduce the seepage losses, in that case, of course, you have to select a lining, okay, which is impermeable, okay, not 100% impermeable. One thing you have to note down that the canal, in most of the canal, you have 365 days water. So even a small seepage of the water in the, I mean, if you calculate the total, okay, that will be a huge quantity, right? So this is not a river where you sometimes you have a discharge in the rainy season, and the summer season you have a very little discharge or no discharge, okay? Resistance to erosion, ability to prevent weeds growth. This is a very important part, okay? Which type of the lining that you have to go, right? To control the weeds, right? Resistance against this, you see the this animals, okay, some holes are making, and that should be reasonable, flexible, okay, structure, right? So if you have any question, please let me know. Now, what are the different types of the lining? Okay, the lining that may be divided broadly into two parts. One is the rigid lining, and second one is the flexible lining, okay, right? In general, the rigid lining that is being preferred, okay, because the maintenance cost of the rigid lining that is low compared to the flexible. You may have a stone pitch lining, right? You have the clay lining, your parallel Ganga canal, okay, right, which is I mean from the Haridwar to Roorkee, a new parallel canal that is being constructed sometime in 1996-97. Okay, right. Earlier there was only one canal, but I think you might have seen the two canals in the Roorkee that is joining at Roorkee. Have you seen? Have you seen the two canals which is joining at Roorkee?
Yes, sir.
Okay. Earlier, before 96, there was only one canal, right? But now, but in 96, another canal that is constructed, okay, just to augment the flow, and also the structure that were constructed on the old canals, that of course is usable, and there is a lot of the problem with those structures, and that's why the new canal that is constructed. And in that new canal, the brick lining that is being done, okay, the lining that may be a precast cement concrete. I mean, you have a block, okay, you have a block, and such type of the blocks that are being placed on the sloping surface of the canal, right? And in that way, that may be of the cement concrete, that may be of the stone slab. In general, nowadays, the cement concrete that is being used. So this is the precast, okay, and this may be in situ also. So this is the concrete lining which is in general that is being done. That may be a stone masonry lining, that may be soil cement lining, shotcrete lining, or that may be, of course, the some asphaltic cement concrete lining. But most of the lining that is being done is this is the concrete lining and the brick lining, okay, right? This is a very common type of the lining that is being done. Now you have here the flexible lining. Virtually this is for controlling the seepage, and that's why these geomembranes are being provided, like the high density polythene HDPE or PVC, or the low density polythene LDPE. Virtually what is being done is, here is a canal, okay, and this is the lining that is being done here below this one, okay, right? Or maybe on the surface also, depending on what type of the polythene that you are using, right? And this is virtually for controlling the seepage. This is for controlling the seepage, right? Then you have, of course, bituminous, okay, some fire reinforced plastic tissues, composite membrane, rubber lining, okay, but these are very uncommon type of the lining that are being used, okay. So you can go in the detail of that one. In particular, this rigid lining that are very common, okay, and the two types of the lining, 2 or 3 types of the lining, like the concrete lining, brick lining, and this block lining, which is the precast concrete block lining that is being preferred. And you have the IS code of each type of the lining, okay. So further you can read from the IS code. In general, that is required once you are designing some structure, and then you have to see the specification. If you have any question, please let me know. Then coming to the this aspect, we have discussed the design of the line canal. This one we have already discussed, right? So I'm not going to repeat this one. For a rigid canal, I mean the line canal, we have to use the Manning coefficient, suitable value of the Manning coefficient that is to be used, and longitudinal slope that is required, that is drawn in a scale, horizontal scale of 1 in 10,000 and vertical scale of 1 in 100. Well, in the IS code of the line canal, like this is the IS code of the line canal, 10430 of 2000. Okay, some guidelines are being provided regarding the what should be the side slope. But again, I want to tell you, the side slope, if you feel that may you see maybe unstable, in that case you have to do the you have to check that one, okay, using the some methods like this slice method, something like that, to check whether the slope that is stable or not. In general, okay, if the depth is more than 6 meters, in that case, that slope stability that is being checked. But here, this is some guidelines that is given on the basis of the type of the soil, what type of the side slope that we have to provide. I think you understand about the side slope, means you have a channel. So this one is the side slope. This one is the side slope. So how much side slope you have to take for the different, okay, type of the soil, that is written here. You can follow this. But you see, if the depth is more, in that case, that may be more prone to the sloughing of the bank. And that's why, I mean, the bank that will be unstable. You have to check that one, the stability of that slope. Okay. Then coming to the limiting velocities, right? In general, okay, what happens, as I told you, even though we are doing this lining, okay, and this one is, this water is flowing here around the year, right? So abrasion on this surface, that is obvious, right? And if you have a high velocity, this abrasion that will be more, right? To control this, okay, some limiting velocity that is being recommended by the IS code, like in the case of the stone pitch lining, 1.5 meter per second. This is the maximum velocity that you have to allow. For the brick lining, 1.8 meter per second. For the cement concrete lining, 2.7 meter per second. Okay. So 2.7 meter per second, this is the concrete lining, okay, permissible velocity, right? So have you understood this? So while designing the lining, you have to keep that one in mind. You have not to take arbitrarily any velocity. Okay, it's not like that you are designing a channel which is having a 5 meter per second velocity. Okay, maybe you can design a channel of 5 meter per second velocity, 10 meter per second velocity, but that is a special case, and you have to see what type of the material that is to be used. In general, once we are doing the brick lining, concrete lining, the material that is of M10, M15 or M20. I mean, this concrete that is being provided, okay, this is of M15 or M20, right? So this is a very low strength concrete, and that's why if you allow very high velocity, in that case, the surface of this concrete that will be eroded with the flowing water, because this duration of the flow is very high. It's not like the river or some other any other structure where you have the flow only in a limited time. Is it clear? I'm not getting response.
Yes sir.
हाँ, तो ऐसा नहीं है कि आप ज्यादा हाई वेलोसिटी जो है अलाउ नहीं कर सकते हैं, लेकिन आपकी कंक्रीट का जो ग्रेड है वो बढ़ाना पड़ेगा. ये M15 से काम नहीं चलेगा, है ना? राइट?
Sir.
Okay. Then coming to the freeboard. Now in this freeboard in this case is not defined as we had defined in the case of the line channel. In the line depth or full supply level. Okay. Now in the case of the line canal, we are saying this one as a freeboard. It is right? यही तो बात हुई थी. यही है ना freeboard. In the case of the online canal, है? लेकिन जब लाइनिंग कर रहे हैं तो लाइनिंग जो है आपको पूरे ऊपर तक नहीं की जाती है. लाइनिंग जो है आपको जो फुल सप्लाई लेवल है उससे थोड़ा ऊपर उठाया जाता है और यहाँ पे कोपिंग प्रोवाइड की जाती है. दिस कोपिंग, राइट? This coping that is being provided, and in this case the freeboard is not from the full supply level to the bank of the lowest level bank of the canal, but only up to the top of the lining. So you must note down, in the line canal, this is the freeboard. Okay, this is the freeboard in the line canal, means that up to the
Freeboard is the
top of the
minimum
lining.
of both, na?
Minimum of
the both sides, like.
देखिए ऐसा है, जब लाइन करते हैं तो दोनों का लाइनिंग का जो ये कोपिंग होती है, दिस कोपिंग दैट इज ऑन द सेम लेवल, ये जो कोपिंग प्रोवाइड की जाती है ये दोनों साइड में लगभग सारे केसेस में सेम ही होता है, हार्डली कहीं स्पेशल केस होगा जहां पे डिफरेंट हो, राइट? बट ऑफ कोर्स यू कैन से द मिनिमम ऑफ दिस टू, राइट? बट हियर यू हैव टू डिफरेंशिएट in the unlined canal and the lined canal, right? In the lined canal, the freeboard that is from the full supply level to the top of the lining, which is below than the top of the bank. Okay, right? Maybe up to the bank. Maybe this one we are taking up to this. Maybe in some cases. I'm not saying that that will be always below the bank. Okay, but up to the lining. चाहे यहाँ पे हो या यहाँ. So here also the free board you can see here, for free board for the different discharges that is being fixed कि कितना होगा, कितनी discharge के लिए कितनी free board होगी, right? और ये जो coping मैंने आपको बताया था, ये coping जो है, this coping, right? This one is the coping that is being provided. ये कितनी इसकी भी length होगी, ये coping इसलिए provide करते हैं कि जो आपका रेन वाटर जो यहाँ पे आ रहा है वो इसमें इंग्रेस ना हो, वो इसके अंदर ना जाए, राइट? What is the size of the coping that is also mentioned? Maximum size is 550 mm that is being provided. Okay, so you can see that one in the next slide. So this is a freeboard. And what is the bank top width? Like in the case of the unlined canal, here also for the inspection road, what would be the bank width, and for the non-inspection bank, what would be the bank width? Okay, right? Then the berm, here also, if you have in a deep cutting, the berms are being provided. In general, 3 to 5 meter berms are being provided. These berms are to provide the stability. This is being provided to stability, right? Sometimes you see the berm that is also from this point of view, okay, you see the vehicle or some tractor can move on this so that the maintenance of this canal that can be done, okay, right? Then Dowla, I had already discussed with you, okay, the same size that is being provided, and the coping here, as I told you, this is a coping. I mean, if you have a lining like this, then this one is the coping that is being provided, and this size is depending on what is the discharge. So 3 cumex discharge, 225 mm, and for more than 10 cumex discharge is 550 mm. Okay, so this coping that is being provided in the line channel. Now in the next lecture tomorrow, we'll discuss the under drainage system, okay, under drainage system of the line canal, things that we have discussed. So we have to discuss about the drainage arrangement behind the lining, or you can say the under drainage behind the lining. And this is a very important part as far as the lining is concerned, because this is an invited problem, okay, due to the lining of this canal. Okay, so we'll discuss this one in the next lecture, and we'll finish the design of the canal tomorrow. Okay, thank you.
Sir, do we have to learn all these values, or they will be
Which
given
one
in
values?
exam?
Which one?
Sir, all values for velocity, freeboard, and
I think